The scent of paper and dust filled the air, and as her eyes adjusted, Kema realized she was in an old bookshop. It was empty and quiet, so she crept around the stacks, looking for somewhere to hide. The front door banged open, and low, masculine voices broke the hushed silence. Kema didn't hesitate. She dove behind the counter and tucked herself up in the small space under it, next to a stack of books. Beautiful books, Kema noticed, the top volume catching the light. She lifted it, staring wide-eyed at the gold and tiny jewels inlaid into the cover. It was more wealth than she had ever seen in her life. What kind of bookshop was this? Kema touched the tiny gems, the mesmerizing patterns, her mind ticking. She didn't only have the fastest feet in the orphanage, but also the fastest hands. She would often walk the markets, stealing fruit and sweets from vendors to give to the younger children. It was a game. Staring at the jewel-encrusted book in her hands, it no longer felt like a game. It felt like a ticket to her freedom. Kema was aging out at the orphanage, which was why the wedding had been arranged. Be a good, obedient wife, and your husband would take care of you. That would have been a fine plan if Kema had been good or obedient. She stuffed the book down the front of her dress. "Excuse me, gentlemen, the shop is closed," a deep voice said. The owner of the voice stepped out of a back room. He was tall and lean, dressed in a casual button-down shirt, and had vibrant tattoos up one arm. His bronze-colored eyes spotted Kema under the counter, and she instantly put a finger to her lips. "Your front door was open. We are looking for someone who came in here," one man answered. He was a friend of Ibrahim, but Kema couldn't remember his name. "Someone? Who? Can you describe them?" the owner asked. "A woman, dressed like a bride, plain but with a pretty smile." The owner lifted a quizzical brow. "Sounds like she's not interested in getting married today." "She's only a little nervous. She's young and has been brought up in a convent. She loves her intended very much." Kema shook her head, eyes wide and pleading at the stranger to not give her up. Pissed-off annoyance flashed in his bronze gaze before it vanished. "Well, I'll be sure to keep an eye out for her, but I can assure you she's not in here," he said, moving around the counter and out of sight. "Let me show you and your friends out." Kema held her breath until the footsteps faded. She scrambled out of her hiding place and out the back door. The stolen book burned like a secret next to her heart as she disappeared into the darkening streets of Alexandria.